Glad to have you with us here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Tyler Jones here as we catch you up to speed on the latest roster moves for your Kansas City Chiefs over the last few days, heading into week number 3 of the National Football League as the Kansas City Chiefs are set to take on the Atlanta Falcons. We'll recap it all, tell you what you need to know, give you our analysis coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, folks, we are closing in on 58,000 subscribers here on the Chiefs Report. Less than 200 away from reaching that next milestone. For the latest happenings on your Kansas City Chiefs all season long, with daily news and rumors, our live shows, breaking news, QD mailbags, and more, it's all in one place. You got to subscribe. If you're a real Chiefs fan, you got to lock us in and join us each and every day here on the Chiefs Report. Subscribe now for free, and we'll get started with today's show. Let's go through these one by one of what has happened for the Chiefs on the roster front this week. Tight end Peyton Hendershot was waived, and if you recall, the Chiefs traded for him not too long ago for the Dallas Cowboys to be the number 4 tight end, and he was never activated, and there's more to that story. We'll tell you everything that went on, including an incident that occurred week 1 in a game that he wasn't even playing that led to the decision that ultimately Brett Veach and Andy Reid made to move on from him. Kareem Hunt was signed to the practice squad this week, making his return to Kansas City after departing the team in 2018. And although he's on the practice squad for now, the belief is that he will be activated to the active roster once he goes through the full ramp-up, and there is a possibility he could be activated as early as this Sunday against Atlanta. And then Isiah Pacheco was placed on injured reserve. He's expected to be out 6 to 8 weeks to begin the season, the next portion here from week 3 on. There is a bye week in that stretch as well, so we'll see how long Pacheco is out with that injury, but not great news there for the Chiefs starting running back. You think about this. You got Hollywood Brown out till mid-January, and then Pacheco's out another 6 to 8 weeks. What you're looking at for the Kansas City Chiefs these next 2 months, without having Hollywood Brown and without having Pacheco, and obviously you're going to have more injuries pile up. It's just the nature of the beast. You're just trying to survive the next couple of months until Pacheco gets back and hopefully Hollywood's back for playoff time and all that, and then you go from there. That's your focus is, hey, we might not get the number 1 seed in the AFC. We might not get home field advantage in the playoffs. We just need to get through these next few weeks, figure some things out, and go from there. And we saw last year the Chiefs didn't have home field. They didn't have the first round bye, and everything was okay. So just trying to survive the next few weeks is the key for the Chiefs. You look at the upcoming schedule. You take on the Falcons this week on Sunday Night Football, and the Falcons coming in off a very impressive win against the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night. They're looking to build off that. Then you take on the Chargers on the road, and the Chargers are off to a 2-0 start to this season. Jim Harbaugh doing a very good job with that crew, and Justin Herbert playing back to the level that we know and expect out of him. The Saints have been, I think, the biggest surprise in the NFL this season as they've blown out teams back-to-back weeks, starting with the Panthers and then the Cowboys. That's going to be a Monday night game. Great environment. Tyrann Mathieu making his return to Kansas City for that one. Then you get the bye week, and then you circle back to face the 49ers in a rematch of the Super Bowl. You got to imagine the Niners are going to come in pretty hungry for that game, trying to seek revenge of sorts, if you will, in that matchup come October 20th. And then the next 4 games after that, you play at the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are very good, but hey, it's a divisional game. It's a rivalry game. You just never know. You face the Bucs, Baker Mayfield and company, off to a 2-0 start to this season. They're surprising some people, and I think they're a sneaky good football team. The Broncos, I don't think, are very good. You get them at home, and then you finish that off with the Bills in that 8-game stretch, that game on the road. So realistically speaking, I know folks aren't going to want to hear this, but when you factor in the injuries that have already occurred and what could potentially happen down the line, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, realistically, all you need to do in this next 8-week stretch is go 4-4. If you go 4-4, then you're looking at a 6-4 record at this point. and you went through all those tough games. The schedule gets easier from there, and you're in good shape. Everything's still in front of you. Would it feel good to be 6-4? No, but you can live with that. You can live with being 6-4, I think, realistically, for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're going to do better than that, but that's all you have to do is go 500 in this next 8-game stretch. But even with everything said, of where the Kansas City Chiefs are at right now, you still got number 15. You still got 15 under center, and he's going to give you a chance every single time. Even if the injury situation gets worse than what it is right now, you're still going to be okay. With Patrick Mahomes, all things are possible. That's what it says in the gospel, right? I'm kidding. What do you think the Chiefs' record is going to be when it's all said and done this season? Weigh in, let us know, get your predictions in on our pinned comment today, and chime in the comment section below. Today's show is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks, the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. Choose 2 or more players on any given category. Get the choice of more or less, whether you're talking fantasy points in football, rebounds in basketball, goals in hockey, home runs in baseball, all sorts of different categories to choose from. And PrizePicks has got a great deal they're offering right now, folks. If you spend $5, you will get $50 instantly that you can play for free, folks. It's free money they're giving you on PrizePicks. And you don't even have to win to get the money, folks. You got to check this out for yourself. PrizePicks this week, I'm taking advantage of the half passing yard for Caleb Williams, the more there. I'm going with Travis Kelce to hit the more on 51.5 receiving yards. We're still waiting for a breakout game from Kelce. I think that happens this week. And then we'll head to Seattle. Jackson Smith-Njigba off to a good start to 2024. Had a nice game last week. I think he'll do so again. I got the more on him at 49.5 receiving yards in their matchup against the Miami Dolphins. I think he'll have a big game there. And let's say I put $20 down and all 3 of these hit. That's going to turn into $100 on PrizePicks. Play along with me. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS to get that $50 when you play $5. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. PrizePicks, proud partner of the Chiefs Report. So here's the depth chart right now for the Chiefs backfield. With Pacheco out, Perine, Hunt, and Steele will all contribute and get quality playing time. Steele, of course, in that hybrid fullback, running back role. Perine expected to be effective when it comes to the receiving game. That's been his strength as of late. And then Kareem Hunt should be your main bell cow in the red zone. He had 9 touchdowns last year, only at 3.1 yards per carry, but effective in short yardage situations. It's going to take a collective effort. And although we talk about the run game in replacing Pacheco, you also have to keep in mind the passing game as well. Pacheco's been a very good receiving back and been very effective in that front. And I think what you're going to see Andy Reid do is what he's done over the years of find ways to use the passing game to substitute for the run game. Short passing, screens, bubble screens, and all that will be a way for them to help with the lack of options in the run game right now with not having Pacheco there. And Pacheco was off to a good start to this season before the injury. He was running all over the Bengals as he had 90 yards in that game, had 135 for the season so far, 4 yards a carry and a touchdown. And you bring in Kareem Hunt to the fold. Kareem Hunt, we mentioned, only 3 yards per carry last year, 9 touchdowns, 411 yards. He's not what he used to be, but he can still be effective if he's used appropriately within this offense. And you better believe Andy Reid's going to find the right way to use him based on what Andy does and his track record. Now, the Peyton Hendershot story, I teased that earlier. That's a weird situation of what unfolded, of him getting traded, the Chiefs bringing him in, and then moving on from him as quickly as they did. Let's tell you what exactly happened here. The Chiefs traded for him from the Cowboys back on August 27th as they were cutting down the rosters down to 53. He was inactivated for week 1 against the Ravens, did not play in that game, did not play against the Bengals the following week. And while he was on the sidelines week 1 against the Ravens, you remember that just dirty hit that Mahomes took from Roquan Smith. Well, afterwards, he got involved with some extracurricular activity from the sideline, not wearing pads or nothing, just being a moron. And Hendershot was fined $5,472. And the Chiefs, as a result, were fined $100,000 for his actions. And you may recall, before the season began, the NFL issued a stern warning to non-active players about sideline activity. They were warned, do not do this. And he did it anyway. Just an idiot. I will not miss him whatsoever. The Chiefs are going to be fine without him at the tight end position. Travis Kelce, I know he's off to a slow start, but I think Kelce eventually comes into his own. I like what I've seen from Noah Gray so far. And don't sleep on Jared Wiley. I think Jared Wiley's got a bright future here with this Kansas City Chiefs team. I expect him to get more involved and the Chiefs be able to use some more 12 personnel as the season goes along. What's your one-word reaction to the Chiefs roster moves of what we've seen them do here over the last couple of days? If you had to give me one word, what would it be and why? I'll give you my one word. Let us know in the comments section. My one word is relax. Everything is going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Remember, you don't win Super Bowls in September. You win them in February. And the Chiefs are well aware of that. Is everything, just shining rainbows and everything all glossy and glorious right now? Hell no, it's not. But you're still 2-0. Everything's in front of you. Everything's going to be okay. Subscribe now to the Chiefs Report for continuing Chiefs coverage. We'll keep you up to date on any more roster moves. You'll be the first to know about it right here on the channel. I'm Tyler Jones. We'll see you next time.